else do you get somebody that just turned 77? Yes, it's my mother-in-law's birthday, and we decided to do 77 scratch-offs for her birthday. And she decided she has a little bit of memory loss going on lately, so she decided that everybody needed to help her scratch off the tickets. So what a fun family event.
Start shaking. Happy birthday to you.
Heck, I know our happy birthday was original, but I don't know if you'd get a copyright strike on it, but it was nice sharing the day with her. All you guys think that we do is work in our workshop, shop a little bit, but along with my mother-in-law's birthday, our niece Sydney had a swim meet, which is all new to us. Our kids did not swim, and it's just amazing that somebody could hold their breath this long. I know nothing about swimming. All I know is that she had to do like 4 different strokes, 4 different going back and forth. My brother-in-law Andy's down there doing the timing because this was a local meet. Oh, just crazy. Just crazy how long that somebody can hold their breath. She ended up placing second, which was awesome. Which is awesome because she is a freshman, and I believe the swimming that she competes in most of the times is freshmen through seniors. And of course the one I didn't video is the one that she won. So that's very awesome. I just have to give her her moment in time and a shout out and share with you all, because I'm sure maybe a lot of you watching have swimmers in your family. Hi YouTube family, welcome back. Yes, I am in the studio today. I have been working on projects. I feel like I'm late in the fall, and then I had the IOD release. So yeah, I'm sure everybody else is working past Christmas. They're probably working on Valentine's Day, and I'm always a trend day, holiday late. But I am one of those seasonal people. Until it's actually that season, I cannot get motivated to work on something. So the studio is quite a mess right now. It's an organized mess because I have so many projects in my head, so many inspirations I saw out there of what I want to craft on the other channel for you all. So, but in today's video, I'm sharing some of the updates of what's been going on in the studio / workshop, because my studio space, Chris's workshop space. So in this video, I'm sharing with you how he's building the spray room. So that was one of the luxuries we had in our other workshop, was to being able to spray inside year-round and have it kind of contained as best as we possibly can. So I'm going to share in today's video how he started. It's not complete, y'all. Remember, he's still working 40, 50 hours a week and doesn't get to start working on a project till after 5 at night. So yeah, and then weekends we try to go to an auction, go shopping, because as a reseller and a content creator and crafting for you all, I have to find items. So usually one day of the weekend is looking for treasures, and then maybe he might get most of Sunday afternoon to work. So there's that. So, it's just what it is. And hopefully someday when he can be home with me full time, he can start doing some of these vlogs. It would be wonderful. But let me share with you the process of what's going on with the spray room.
All right, so it's a Wednesday afternoon. It is about 7:20. And luckily, even though it's 97 outside in Michigan, the pole barn is well insulated, so it's only 75 in here. With the fan, I should be okay. The objective tonight is to get this whole corner cleaned out, because this weekend I am going to start building a paint booth.
So I kind of feel bad because as he's out there working, I'm probably editing or making dinner, or probably at 7:20 probably already had dinner, and I'm cleaning up. That's just how it works for us, but I feel like we just keep moving our little stashes of piles until we actually have a place for them over and over again. And of course, none of it is like feather light. It's all heavy. So we're still trying to find a use for this cabinetry, though I thought I was going to use it for my paint storage, and I ran across the bookshelves that fit in between those cabinets perfectly. Oh, it's just so many decisions. I'm not willing to get rid of it quite yet. Maybe we will find a use for it. Well, there it is. This is as clean as it's going to get before he starts building walls. So he had to purchase 2x4s, and actually our cabinetry, when it came on pallets, had 2x4s. So some of the 2x4s he's going to be able to reuse from that. And when we purchased the house, they left this perimeter dog fence up, so he's going to have to figure out how to unhook that, detach it. We don't have anything like this, so I don't know if it was something they bought off the internet and installed themselves, or did they have it professionally installed. So unfortunately, since we don't know anything about it and electronics, does it work, it doesn't work, so it's really not an item you're going to resell. He just needs to remove it. So that you don't just think that he's randomly just putting boards on. He actually has measurements. That way he knows where to attach his boards. What he's doing is he is building a wall. So he has to not only build the top, he needs to build the bottom to make it a solid surface. So the way the metal siding is here, it's, as you see, it's not a flat surface. Either is the electrical. So he needed to cut out a space to be able to attach the 2x4s flush to the wall. So he's going to have to add another piece for stability. You want to keep that structure integrity so it's a nice strong wall. You know, sometimes adjustments just have to be made. Now I know when we first showed this building, a lot of people didn't think it was insulated. They thought what was on the outside, this is what's on the inside. But no, there's actually layers of insulation in here. It is nice and insulated. But where you can see the row of rivets, that's where he needs to make sure that he's screwing into, because that's where a solid piece of wood is in the middle of the two pieces of metal. So he has to really, you know, concentrate on that, because you want your wall to be, you don't want your wall to fall down. So there it is, just just some structure right now. It just looks odd to most of you. But yes, it's going to be enclosed. There's going to be a top, there's going to be sides. It's just not going to be see-through like this. But you always have to start off with your framing first. So he made the decision not to run it all the way up to the ceiling. That way he could vent it, so we could have some type of ventilation to draw any of the fumes out, that it's not in such a small space, and that also it could be extra storage if you needed to. It seems like you always need extra storage. So how he chose the dimensions basically was because the heater system, which is the pole barn, is heated by the wood burner. So he didn't want to really go any farther out than that, and then kind of like a halfway point in the shop. So he is going to put in an extra electrical outlet along with a light switch in here. Not a master electrician, not a licensed electrician, a DIY electrician, so that's not anything we're going to give you any tips on by any means, just enough to do for family and ourselves. So he's just running the wiring before he's getting the walls enclosed. These lights from Amazon are just amazing because you don't actually have to know electrical to use them. They are snapped together. I think we, like, sets of 8 is what we bought, and we used them in our other shop to light the whole shop. They're amazing. So all you need is an outlet. Perfect. So you just need to figure out the placement. There's little hooks basically that you screw into your wood, your wall, your ceiling, where you want them, and then they snap into place. And the nice thing about it is just because they have strong, long enough cords. It comes with extra cords if you need to run more cording. There was one of those things where you've got so many cords, do you save them kind of thing. I don't know. I've never been sad that I threw a cord away, I don't think. But yes, wonderful lighting because as soon as you added the walls in, of course, that darkened up the space. Basically, he's adding a room in a big open space. So, this is just entertainment, y'all. It's not so much of a how to do it as it's just a process. So he had put plywood on the top. He left a hole he cut out for a fan for ventilation system to draw the fumes out. Yep, the light system works on, off, and then actually when you turn on the lights, it will turn on this fan. So it's just a box fan, inexpensive box fan. So if ever it needs to be replaced, he can. And then he'll box around there so he can actually put a filter in there. So the filter is what will be changed. And fancy him, he put another outlet on the ceiling to plug the lights in and to plug that fan into. So then they all click on together at the same time. So to enclose this space in, do y'all remember our other shop and those amazing sliding barn doors? That's what he's going to make here because it was a feature we both loved. And the ease of carrying or moving things, the ease of having a sliding door is awesome. So now he's going to be working on the header. So the space that's going to be left open, that's not going to have wall on it, needs to be structurally solid. So that's what he's doing here is he's doubling up from some 2x4s that he's cut to length to use as his header. I know that I've mentioned this before, and some may not know that Chris works for a pallet company, a pallet shop, a factory that makes pallets. So he can buy pallets that are already disassembled, and that's what he did. He bought a whole pallet full because not only was he going to use them for the spray room and accents throughout our space, but I also like to make things out of them on the other channel. So why not get a whole pallet, which if you're wondering, I believe it cost him $200. So that I don't think that is bad comparative to buying paneling and wood and all that. I love the character of pallet wood. Then he's staggering, so some of them he's cutting shorter, so they all don't line up. That's you want that uneven, that perfectly imperfect part of the pallet wood. And then he started with the side first, because when he goes to do the front, he'll be able to overlap it on the edge, the part that is sticking out that he had cut. Stated that they were dismantled. That did not mean that they were free of nails or staples. Some are just flush and it can add character, but others sometimes need to be removed if they're causing any problems. It just happened on this section of the wall. He didn't really have to cut anything smaller other than cutting some pieces off. And then he's using, I love that this batch that he picked up this time had some wider boards in it. Our other house was almost all the same length boards. I love the variation of the sizes of those boards. So not that this man does not work hard enough, but the hardware came in for the cabinetry. And how did I pick out the hardware? Well, one, I wanted black. And two, we needed bulk. So I wanted to make sure that we were going to have plenty for my side, for his side, if we decide on adding extra cabinetry. I think this pack came 30, so we should have plenty. So it was nice for him to be able to use that Craig jig for applying hardware, trying to measure whether they're all already on the door. The doors are already on the cabinetry. That's a little bit challenging, but he seemed to get it done. Let's go check out the finished. He did a wonderful job. I love pallet wood. I love the different hues of the wood. I love that it's dirty. It is. Some of it is dirty, y'all. And I just love all the different colors and the patinas. And I love that the boards are different sizes and they're not all perfectly perfect and pristine. So he has the board still to make the sliding barn doors because that's a feature we loved. We're just waiting for the hardware to come off of Amazon. So those will be the doors. This little area is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Couldn't even pick a favorite color of wood. And then if we come over here, all the sprays and where he grinds his tools and refurbishes his old tools, this stuff will go into the spray room. So as soon as you walk into the spray room, you flip on the light that he put in. We'll probably get a few more lights to really brighten this space up, because once you added the wood in it, it darkened it down. The vent, the fan will always turn on. He's going to do a filtration so you can change out the filter. These are some of those Workmate rolling carts, which are excellent for moving pieces around. So I think 2's plenty, but I always eyeball them when I'm at auctions. Just an old table that we bought back in the day from his older work. So we'll drop cloth that, drop cloth the big Lazy Susan. Yeah, I think, Lori Jo, I'm going to try your big Lazy Susan. We'll drop cloth the floor to protect the floor, and then we'll do bisqueen around all that to protect all this. And that way we can change it out a couple times a year when it gets too much paint on it. His spray paints will go over here, or his spray paints, my spray paints, all of our spray paints, our supplies may go over there. So, and we just picked up a new sandblaster at a yard sale, so hopefully that can fit in here, but I'll make a cover so it doesn't get sprayed on. Okay, I know you all want to see this. I know you saw it. So Joanne, my friend Joanne that closed her store, The Granary, we bought a couple of her pieces. So if you saw my Facebook page, we bought one of those pieces. And then yes, we picked up this piece. We're supposed to be getting another booth in the antique part of Hog Creek where our booths are, which will make 4. But this piece is huge. It is heavy. We actually had to have his brother come with his truck because for the first time ever, something did not fit into his van. It is super heavy. So it's going to be a staging area for right now until we get it into the other booth, or the other booth comes available for us to use. So thank you for taking a peek into our lives. Yep, spray room's going up. Time. What do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. And the studio / workshop is not going to be built in a weekend because I'm still going to be using it. So yeah, and I still need his help cutting things, or there's projects that he wants to do. So, you know, sometimes if you're like a workhorse and you're getting things done, you kind of get burnt out. So it's nice to be able to stop a project, work on a little bit of another project. I think that's ADD, is that what they call it? Where you're like, our attention span is like, oh, squirrel, but somehow we get it all done. So yes, so it seems like we are a project here, a project there. Everything keeps getting started. Nothing's getting completed, sort of, kind of. But it's all about cost of material, waiting for material, building material, having the time to do all of that, going to the store to buy the material. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, y'all. So it's just fun to have lots of content to bring to you all. So I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of the behind the scenes, what's going on. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love you. We will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.